what's up, guys? Anthony here with Tara and Max for Rev3 Games. We are at the hipsterest, indiest party. I brought you guys here.
Excuse me, sir. This is not a party. This is a wild rumpus.
This is the Venus Patrol Wild Rumpus One Life Left party, and we're gonna see some like crazy kind of experimental multiplayer games. I'm gonna go check out Hokra, which is kind of a 4-player Warlords Atari-ish thing. What are you up to?
I want to see Proteus.
That's the only game that is not allowed multiplayer game.
Wonderful. Then I automatically win.
Well, apparently I'm checking out a game called Pole Rider.
Do you think that's a double, like it means anything like a...
Well, it's made by the guy who did Quap, and you told me, hey, go play Pole Rider, and I wasn't sure if that was an insult, but whatever, let's go do this shit.
I think that was an invite.
It just kind of felt like something you'd enjoy. Let's go play some games.
I'm gonna go ride some pole. All right, guys, I'm here with Bennett Foddy, who's the creator of Pole Riders. What is this game?
This game, it's a battle of wills. It's a battle of two guys on big rubbery poles.
So they got some big rubbery poles that they gotta ride on. Is that sort of the thing here?
That's basically the description of the game, yeah, in a nutshell.
So it's big floppy poles in a nutshell. Okay, what other games have you made, sir? What exactly have you worked on previously?
I made a game called GURP and another game called Quap.
Those games are very difficult, sir.
Yeah. Difficult is good, right?
I suppose you could say that. How difficult is Pole Riders? I haven't played it yet. What am I supposed to do? How do I control this game?
All right, so you've got a pole, and you've got a goal, and there's like a red ball in the middle of the pitch, and you have to kick it into the goal. It's not very hard.
Well, we'll have to see for ourselves, I guess. So, Bennett, one of your other games that I made a bad face about was GURP, which was the game where you had to climb things. Is that correct? And tonight you've got Mega GURP. Now, what is that?
Mega GURP is GURP, but you play with like 4 dance pads on the floor, and you have to kind of use your whole body. So where GURP is like Twister for your fingers, Mega GURP is like Twister for your twister.
You're a cruel, terrible man. That's awful. But where can your cruel, black-hearted games be found?
If you're feeling too good about yourself, come to foddy.net.
Wonderful. All right, guys. Bennett, this creator of evil things.
So I'm here with Doug. Big night for you guys. You guys won a GDC award for Joust.
Yeah, well, the best part is we beat Portal 2 and LA Noire.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, what?
Never heard of them. No, so tell everybody at home what Joust is.
Okay, so Joust is a game without graphics, so it's up to you whether you want to call it a video game or not. But it's for 2 to 7 players, although we're running it with 18 players here. And everyone has a PlayStation Move controller in their hand. And they're facing each other in a circle. Now, it's pretty simple. If you ever move your controller too fast, you're out and you gotta leave the circle. So you wanna be the final player remaining of all the players. Now, the thing is, you're trying to defend your controller from moving it too fast, but you're also like pushing people and trying to hit their controller. So it's kind of this slow motion thing. You're moving in slow motion, but you're also trying to push people and get them out too. So
it's crazy. It's got such like a playground freeze tag feeling to it, which is so awesome. How did this concept get into your head?
Yeah, I've been interested in no screen games for a while. I've been doing a lot of prototypes, like with the Wii and other motion control games. And then the insight behind this one is like, well, moving in slow motion is really fun and matches well with the technology. So did some prototypes, worked out really well, and then ended up porting it to the Move. That was great. So yeah, no, it's been a whirlwind. It's been great.
What's your strategy for getting this into people's hands?
It's complicated. I can't say too much right now, but we're exploring a lot of different options. So it'd be great to release it from the Move, but we're considering, you can imagine toys or maybe even smartphones. we definitely want to do more Joust-like games for smartphones. Whether that means Joust specifically or things like it, I'm not super sure yet, but
Just can't imagine playing a game where you're asking people to potentially just like drop their $600 smartphone.
yeah, so that's part of the thing. But you can imagine other Joust-like games that are a little less aggressive that do make sense for smartphones, and so that's one of the things we're exploring right now. So.
Cool. And if people just want to keep up with everything you guys are doing or get more information on Joust, where do they go?
Yeah, our website, Gute Fabrik, so Gutefabrik, which means the good factory in German. We're based in Denmark, but Twitter, Gute Fabrik as well is a great place. We announce stuff there as well. So yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, the game's a lot of fun, and congratulations again on the win.
Thank you, man.
Okay, so I'm here with Ed and David. You guys worked on the indie game Proteus, right? And this actually got nominated for an IGF award tonight, did it not?
Actually, yeah.
And it got nominated for sound design, right? And that's what you worked on?
We got nominated for Nuovo and honorable mention for sound and for the grand prize.
Okay, nice. So tell us exactly what this game is, because I happened to cross by this passing on the GDC show floor earlier, and I thought that looks like Minecraft, but not quite. And I saw some people playing it, and I still couldn't really figure out what it was. But I want you to tell the people now, definitively, what this game is.
It's tricky to say definitively, but the idea is it's a game kind of about pure exploration that's driven by your own curiosity and kind of. There's no kind of like objective rewards or no achievements and no score, but you're rewarded for you're kind of rewarded for your exploration by discovering more things about the world. So along with the exploration, the music mix is all kind of dynamically changing based on what's around you and based on like creatures and time of day and season and things like that. So you kind of got this constantly changing soundtrack.
So you said creatures, right? Are there actual enemies in this game, or is it purely exploration?
It's just things like little frogs that you can chase and they jump and make funny sounds.
So interesting, an exploration-based game then. What is worth exploring about your world?
Well, so I guess it's the kind of subtlety and the like layers to discover with the creatures, and also it kind of generates these little moments like going through a forest clearing and climbing the mountain at sunrise, and
So it's really about the way it makes you feel when you're exploring it.
Yeah, it's more realistic.
but in a kind of abstract. Yeah, I suppose it's realistic in the sense that you're, like if you're going for a walk in the woods, you don't kind of get an achievement for walking 100 meters or seeing a different tree. You kind of bring, I don't know, it gets very pretentious, but like you bring something of yourself to it. You're kind of filling in the gaps with how you're feeling about it.
It does seem like, and especially with the ambient music, it does just seem like a very chill out game that you'd want to come home and just like I feel like exploring. And to that end, are there any drugs you recommend taking while playing this game?
I'd say homemade absinthe.
Wow. Wow. Getting obscure with it.
Yeah.
So where can people find this game?
Right, it's visitproteus.com, and it's available to pre-order. The finished thing will be around in August, but if you pre-order, you get instant access to the beta and monthly updates. And so it's on. Currently, it's just PC only, but in a couple of months, we'll have Mac on the next versions.
Great. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for talking with us, and congratulations on your nominations.
So I am here with the organizers of the event. Roll call.
George.
Dick.
Murray.
And I'm Brandon.
So can you guys tell us a little bit about what this party is about? Why did you organize this party?
Why did we organise this party? It seemed like a good idea at the time. A good thing to do. Yeah. It seemed like there should be, an awesome indie party.
I mean, because we do events back in the UK for World RUMPUS, which is sort of bringing indie games together for club nights. And the reason why we did that was always inspired by sort of Gamma and Kokoromi. And as those guys are doing those events this year, it was just like, actually, let's just step up and do it ourselves. So
we never thought we'd do it outside the UK, but kind of we were talking to Brandon and Steve Curran, and we decided to sort of team up and do it.
And I love this because this to me kind of feels like there are no more arcades, right? There are no more arcades, there are no more real dedicated social spaces to gaming. So I feel like this is kind of important. Do you guys kind of see this as like the natural extension of that?
There's loads of people making games that really are at home in places like this. Like a lot of the games here, you wouldn't really be the same if you were just playing them on your own at home. They want to be played by drunken people in a nightclub. You know, that's what that is. That feels like their natural place to be.
Well, I feel like the hardest thing, there are so many games that are coming out that are multiplayer, but it's so hard to get your friends together, even online, to like do this, you know? So how did you choose the games that are on exhibition here tonight?
We had a spreadsheet. We literally had a spreadsheet, and we had like all the awesome games that you would show at this kind of thing, and kind of fussed around a bit. And
it's anything that looks really pretty on a wall. It's anything that is as good for the spectators as it is for the players.
We just got into a room together and got drunk and ate pizza and played through the games, and it was whatever stuck.
And that was a London thing, but yeah.
So do you guys have a? I'm not going to ask you to play favorites, but I am going to ask you to play favorites. Do you guys have a favorite game on the floor tonight?
But like it's so like it is really hard because like Proteus, for example, I love Proteus, and it's not really a Wild Rumpus game. Like it's a single player game for one thing, and it's ambient and beautiful.
What a lot of these kind of parties kind of lack is it's very like loud and boisterous and as beautiful as a party, but it needs like a chill out space, and like a lot of times you don't provide that. But like Proteus is actually the perfect chill out game kind of ever invented. So yeah, it was really important that it was here.
I think my favorite's Uprock. Just because it's like a kind of a bit of a wild card, and it looks amazing, and people are playing it. There you go, they're enjoying it. Yeah.
So this is obviously a one-time thing for GDC, but if people want to kind of keep up with what you guys are doing and maybe see if there are any events in their area or back here in the future, where can they go to check that out?
Just all other parties are trite and dull, and you'll see links to all of the stuff that we're doing, even on our own.
Or just the Twitter feeds as well, so at Wild Rumpus or at Brandon or Venus Patrol. And
I'd also say that if people are somewhere else where there isn't a thing like this, they should just get off their asses and do it themselves, because it's not very hard. That's kind of why we started doing it.
It's not very hard.
No, is it? It's not really.
I mean, you make a spreadsheet and it basically happens, right? Yeah, there you go. Thanks a lot, guys. So that was awesome. I love this because there is just like nowhere left to play multiplayer games. There are no arcades, there's nowhere to go. This was awesome.
We gotta go to a Rumpus, apparently.
That's the only place you can go.
Arcades are dead, man. We need more Rumpuses.
Yeah.
More Rumpi.
This one wasn't quite as wild as my expectations led me to believe, but you know, it was a Rumpus.
But you kind of grew up in truck stops and strip clubs.
That's true. I did grow up in Texas, yes. That's what you said.
If you enjoyed this video, this is not everything that we have done at GDC by far. We did so many things, all of the things. Check out youtube.com/rev3games for more. You can also check out my show, youtube.com/newchallenger. You guys, where is the thing? Tell.
youtube.com/dtoid is our channel, and frankly, I'm ashamed that you don't know that.
I was just letting you do your own thing. I was just letting you do your channel.
You're inconsiderate. I don't know why you do these things. It's terrible.
Why do you hate
Thanks
us?
for bringing us to the Rumpus. We like the Rumpus. It was a fun Rumpus. Rumpus.
I still want to know why he hates us.
Rumpus.
Things are getting so weird right now, and it was such a fun time.